What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Semi Radio Sports Network. And today's video is going to be talking about, is Tom Brady the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football? And I find this topic very interesting. I mean, a lot of people believe that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL, to ever touch a football. And a lot of people disagree with it. I mean, yesterday, if you guys have Snapchat and you follow the NFL Snapchat, people were saying Aaron Rodgers was the GOAT and all this other shit. And it was really funny. But I see the GOAT as your impact to the game, the impact to the teams you were playing on, in terms of not only self stats, because I look at the Hall of Fame, like I said with T.O., I look at the Hall of Fame in terms of your stats, your single stats. And then I look at GOAT in terms of the quarterback position, because wide receiver, I look at the stats, everything else I look stats. But from the quarterback position, in order to determine GOAT, I think about it in the terms of ranking you from your leadership to your stats to your just pure intangibles, how you were on the field, how you were off the field, what you thought was best for your team. And were you able to come in clutch? Were you able to make the throws you needed to make? Did you have up and downs? And when your ups were very up, were they up to the point where it was insane? Were your downs like hard? Did they hit hard? All these different things that I just take into account. And I mean, when I think of greatest of all time, there's three quarterbacks that pop into my mind. And that is Joe Montana, Brett Favre, and Tom Brady. And a lot of people are thinking, well, what about Peyton Manning? If I had to list my top 5 quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL, I would have number 5 is Dan Marino. I'd have 4 as Peyton. I would have 3. I'd have 3 as Brett Favre. I'd have 2 as Brady, and I'd have 1 as Montana. And the reason why is not because I hate on the Patriots. I've stated in previous videos that I think Tom Brady is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, because I just have an issue with that, with putting him in front of Joe Montana. I don't know why it's such an issue in my head. I mean, I'm a huge Dolphins fan, and I would like to think that Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback of all time. Obviously, that's not true, and obviously, I'm not going to really think about that. But I would put him in my top 5 because he was someone who you game plan specifically for. There are certain guys, especially now in the NFL, where you game plan specifically for this person. And like, he had a lot of strengths. Dan Marino was a great quarterback. Unfortunately, he was never going to get a Super Bowl, which is why I think people don't consider him in the greatest of all time, in that top 2 or that top 3 or even number 1. I think because he never won a Super Bowl, that's why they don't consider him in that realm. But you think if I had to pick top 2, you got to say it's either Joe Montana or Tom Brady. And I've said with Tom Brady, like I said just a minute ago, is that I have no problem saying that he's the greatest quarterback to ever play. I personally think that it's Joe Montana, but Brady is a close second. Like, he is basically, it's like, if he wins this Super Bowl, in my opinion, there's no doubt in my mind that he's the greatest quarterback of all time. That's just my personal opinion. And when it comes to Brady as a person, I mean, you never hear anything off the field with Brady. Yes, there was a cheating scandal, but a lot of people think that you can't put him in that, like, in that realm. But you have to. I mean, when you think about it, this dude for 17 years has been a force. Or was it 17 years, 14 years? 14 years, my bad. For 14 years, this dude has been absolutely insane. I mean, Tom Brady has been the guy who makes he strikes hard. Like, he can make someone fucking, like, that's it. And it is 17 years, not 16 years, or 14 years. But for 17 years, out of the 17 years that he has played in the NFL, he has, well, really 17 years he's played in the NFL. 7 of them he's gone to the Super Bowl. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. And a lot of people say that Tom Brady has to be the GOAT. I disagree. I think that Joe Montana is by far the greatest quarterback of all time. I think there's no other choice besides Joe Montana. I mean, I'm not looking at, like, both of these guys were late round picks. Joe Montana was a 3rd round pick. Tom Brady was a 6th round pick. Joe Montana is a 4-time Super Bowl champion, a 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All Pro, 2-time second team All Pro, 2-time most valuable player, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Burt Bell Award, Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year, 2-time AP Athlete of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, 2-time passing touchdown leader, NFL 1980s All-Decade Team, NFL 75th Anniversary All-Time Team. Number 16 is retired with the San Francisco 49ers. He's a national champion. I mean, you compare that to Brady. Brady has also 4 Super Bowl championships. He also has 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He has 12 Pro Bowls. He has 2 first-team All-Pros, 2 second-team All-Pros, 2 most valuable player of the year. He has 2 Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Comeback of the Year 2009, Burt Bell Award 2007, Associated Press Mail of the Year 2007, Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year as well. He's a 2-time passing leader, a 4-time passing touchdown leader. He was a part of the 2000s All-Decade Team, and he was a part of a national championship in 1997. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to put Brady in that position, to put Brady as number 1. Although at first glance his awards and his accomplishments look better than Montana, I think that Montana meant more to his team at the time. And that sounds really crazy considering the fact that Steve Young came in and continued success. But at the time, he was really the only option until Steve Young came into the picture. Right now, they went 3-1 with a 2nd-string quarterback and a 3rd-string quarterback without Brady. I mean, he definitely means the most to their team. They probably would have gotten to the first round and maybe would have lost, maybe would not have lost. But, like, in terms of the playoffs, there is no other person in the NFL right now who can deal with the playoffs like Tom Brady. I mean, this dude goes into it like Cool Joe. It seems like it's just so natural to him. But if I have to think of the greatest quarterback of all time, I got to go with Montana. If he wins Sunday, I will give him greatest of all time. But if not, I still have to put Montana above him. I hope you guys did very much enjoy this video. Like I said, Colts franchise will come out tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow, most likely at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/Samurai Radio, Make sure you follow that down in the description below. It's the first link. And besides that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're at 382, 18 away from 400. My goal for the year was my goal before June was 500. It looks like we're going to hit that before June. So I'd like to thank you guys so much. And until next time, peace.